Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk about Motorola Edge 60 Pro. I have been using this device for the past 1 week and I'm going to share my honest opinion about it. I'll be talking about the cameras, performance, battery life and whether you should buy the Motorola Edge 60 Pro at the price of 30,000. And of course, I will also tell you about the cons. But before that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So first let's talk about the display quality. It has a 6.7-inch 1.5K OLED curved display and the peak brightness can go up to 4500 nits. The glass protection used is Corning Gorilla Glass 7i. Now let me talk about the experience. In outdoor conditions, the display is pretty bright and clearly visible even under the direct sunlight. Watching movies on this device was a really good experience, mainly because of the curved panel. The colors look super vibrant. One more thing I really liked about the display is the flicker prevention feature. When you turn it on, watching series or scrolling through social media doesn't cause any strain on your eyes. So to conclude my thoughts on the display, I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. Let's talk about the speaker quality. Well, it has a dual stereo speakers and the sound quality is really good for the price. And there is a little bit of bass and there is a support for Dolby Atmos. To be honest, I really love the speaker quality and if I have to rate it, I would give it 8 out of 10. Just because it doesn't match up to the iPhone 16's speaker quality. No, it's not a fair comparison, but I would have given it 9 out of 10. But you guys might think that I am biased for Moto Edge 60 Pro, so I had to find a con. So now let's talk about the performance. The Motorola Edge 60 Pro has received a major upgrade over the last year's Motorola Edge 50 Pro. In terms of performance, it is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Ultra processor. It comes with a base variant of 256GB UFS 4.1 storage and 8GB of LPDDR5X RAM. This time Motorola hasn't cut any corners in the performance department. Now enough about the specifications. Let me share my experience. This phone runs buttery smooth, app opening times are super fast and RAM management is pretty good. However, I did notice a little bit of jitter when opening the camera app. It doesn't happen every time but I have seen it occasionally. And I am currently using the Samsung Galaxy S23. So whenever I switch to a less powerful device, I can usually tell right away. But with the Motorola Edge 60 Pro, it actually felt like I was using a flagship phone. That said, there are still some cons. In India, a lot of people play BGMI and currently the maximum frame rate it supports is 60 fps. I know it's more of an optimization issue because in Call of Duty Mobile you can go up to 90 fps. So to conclude, the performance is really solid for the price. I would rate it 9 out of 10 just because of this occasional stutters in the camera app. Now about the network. I am using Jio 5G and I am getting good 5G speeds. It rarely switches to 4G and I haven't faced any call drops so far. The call quality is really good. But for those who want to record calls, just a heads up, it uses the Google dialer. So it does announce that the call is being recorded. And one thing I noticed is that if I move further away from the Wi-Fi router, the Wi-Fi signal isn't as strong compared to my Samsung Galaxy S23. Let's talk about the battery. It has a massive 6000 mAh silicon carbon battery and to be honest, I haven't used a phone with such a good battery life as a Motorola Edge 60 Pro. I used to think my CMF phone 1 had the best battery because it used to give me around 8 hours of screen on time, but with the Motorola Edge 60 Pro I'm getting up to 12 hours of screen on time. I can easily use this phone for 1.5 days without charging. Seriously, I'm impressed with the battery life. And about the charging speed, from 7% to 100%, it takes about 50 minutes to fully charge the device. It comes with a 90-watt PD charger in the box, which is great. And yes, you can use this charger with your Samsung or Nothing phones too. You can even charge your laptop with it as long as it supports Type-C charging. Now finally let's talk about the camera. In the camera department it really impressed me. I can confidently say this is the best camera phone under 30,000. As for the camera setup, it has a 50 megapixel wide angle camera with a Sony Litias 700C sensor, which is a very capable sensor. You also get a 50 megapixel ultra wide camera and a 10 megapixel telephoto lens. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the front camera is also 50 megapixel. Now let's talk about the picture quality. I'll be showing you some sample photos so you can judge for yourself how they look. But if you ask me, I am honestly really impressed with the camera performance, especially the 3x telephoto portrait shots. They look even better than those from my Samsung Galaxy S23's telephoto lens. The wide angle camera also captures really sharp images, and with the telephoto lens you can zoom up to 50x. Out of that, 30x zoom photos are actually usable. The front camera is great too. The selfies look really good and you will feel like they have been taken on a flagship phone. I'm not just saying that. If you get a chance to try this phone in an offline store, just check the camera, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The only con I have noticed is that even though the phone uses UFS 4.1 storage, image processing sometimes takes a little longer than expected. But other than that, I am fully satisfied with the camera quality. Let's talk about the video quality. In this department, I wouldn't say I am as impressed as I was with the photo quality. Don't get me wrong, it does take really good and stable videos, but it doesn't quite match the video quality of my Samsung Galaxy S23. I can record videos up to 4K at 30 fps, which is decent. The good part is that you can shoot 4K videos using every camera, including the front ultra wide and the telephoto lens, and that's definitely a plus. However, one downside is that you can shoot portrait videos on the Motorola Edge 60 Pro. So yeah, the video quality is good for the price. So that was my honest review of the Motorola Edge 60 Pro. I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.